Hello friends, in this video we are going to talk about end value analysis. So end value analysis is a standard technique which is used to find out the current progress of a project. So as part of the end value analysis, we find out whether the project is behind schedule or ahead of schedule, or we can, from a cost perspective, we can also find out whether it is over budget or under budget. So these are the analysis that we can do using this technique and value analysis. So let us take an example and see how it works. So here we have listed down these activities A, B, C, D on y-axis, and on x-axis these are the duration. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, and this bars indicates the activity A that is being performed on day 1, and B it is performed over 2 days, day 1 and day 2, and C over day 2 and day 3 of duration 2 days, and again activity D on day 4 and day 5. Okay, so now we also have the cost that is incurred for each of these activities. So let me write down that. So we have the list of activities. We'll write down here itself. I'll write down here here also it will be tough. We'll write down here the activity, the duration, and then the cost. So activity A, the duration is 1 day and it cost 5,000. Activity B, the duration is 2 days, it cost 10,000. Activity C again 2 days, it cost 20,000, and activity D, it is of 2 days, it costs 10,000. So this is the cost and duration for each of this activity. So now we have the durations. So activity A takes 1 day, that is represented by this bar, and it cost 5,000. So the cost it will incur for activity A to be performed over 1 day is the 5,000 total cost. Activity B, it runs for 2 days and it costs 10,000. Okay, so this is as per the plan. So this is the duration and this is the schedule, that activity A starts and ends on day 1 and it costs 5,000. So this is what we got from the project schedule. So now as part of the review, and we started implementing this project, and as part of the review, suppose say we are at the end of day 2. Okay, so at the end of second day, suppose say the progress is like this. So the activity A is the current status, I can say activity, I will write down as here only, percentage complete and cost. Suppose say A is completed 100% and it costed 6,000, right, at the end of the day 2, and B is completed 80%, and for this 80% it costed 11,000, and C, he completed 20% by the end of the day 2 and it costed say 3,000, and D haven't started, so there is no data related to that. Okay, so these are the, at the end of the day 2, these are the percentage completion and cost data that we got from the project team. So if you observe, activity A should get completed by day 1 and it's saying it's completed, 100% completed, but it incurred more cost than actually planned. We planned for 5,000, it incurred 6,000. And activity B should be finished by the end of day 2, but it got only 80% finished. Okay, and it costed more than that we budgeted for the 100%. For 100% activity B we budgeted 10,000, and for only 80% it incurred 11,000. We can see a clear over costing for the activity B, and in case of A also it's over costing, and it doesn't meet the timing also. It should be completed, the 100% should complete by the end of day 2. This completed 100%, this is only 80%, and this 20%. Okay, activity C completed 20% by the end of day. Ideally it should complete 50% by the end of day 2, and it incurred 3,000 for this 20%. So this is also behind schedule. It should be 50% ideally, and it costed 3,000. So as per the for 100% it cost, for 20% it cost 2,000, because for 100% is 10,000, and but it is also crossing the cost for 20%. So here also it's an over costing. So if you observe at the end of the day to the actual cost versus the planned cost, so we can, based on this data, we can create some of the parameters which can capture this data. So the first one is the actual cost of work performed. So this is also referred as a short form ACWP or AC, nothing but actual cost. Actual cost. So some books refer this terminology, actual cost of work performed, ACWP, and some book refers actual cost, simply actual cost, and both are valid, and so we should be knowing both of this. And the second one is budgeted cost of work scheduled. That is, the second one is budgeted cost of work scheduled. The short form is BCWS, or this is also called as planned value, that is PV. So this is the actual cost of work performed. In this case, this is the actual cost to be performed activity A, the 6,000. Okay, but the planned value, the budgeted cost of work scheduled, this work activity A is scheduled at the budgeted cost of 5,000, whereas the actual cost is 6,000. Okay, and the third one is budgeted cost of work performed. This is BCWP, or it is also called as earned value, EV. So budgeted cost of work performed. So you can see activity B, actual cost is 11,000, but work performed is only 80%. Out of 100%, only 80% is the work performed, and for the 80%, the budgeted cost is only 8,000. So 80% of 10,000, that is nothing but 8,000. So the budgeted cost for this is 8,000. So this is also called end value. Whatever work we have performed, what is the earning on that work, what is the value that we got from that work performed, that is the end value. Okay, so these are the three terms that we will be referring, and let us calculate these values for these activities now.
For engineering services general studies video lectures, visit www.iesgeneralstudies.com. For mechanical engineering video lectures and question and answer discussion, visit www.getnet.com.